Are you excited for Pride?
I'm very excited for Pride. This is the first Pride I've ever been to.
The festival celebrates LGBT people in general and just being happy of being out and being seen.
Got any questions about
I do.
anything you're looking at here?
I do.
I just slapped a whole bunch.
How many characters are there?
There are 6 characters, including the villain. 5 heroes, 1 villain.
The story is like there are these teenagers who bump into this vat of chemicals and in turn develop superpowers. There are parallels between their sexual identity and their superpowers though. Like there's Augusta, who's pansexual and has the ability to turn into liquid, and Kira, the bisexual, who can manipulate electricity, and Isaac, who is transgender and can turn into animals, and of course Freya, who's like our leader, who is lesbian and has super speed and super strength. I identify as bisexual, and I decided to make my characters LGBT plus inspired because there's a lot that happens internally, like when you're coming to terms with whoever you are. And a lot of times comic books were based off of things that weren't talked about, like sexualities or mental health issues like ADHD and stuff like that. And you see it in a character with the attributes right out there as powers, and it makes you feel empowered.
This is showing them the heroes, kind of. That's Frey. And then this is
What's her power?
super strength and speed.
Okay.
In
Why
the
she
beginning
looks
then.
so sad?
She's always sad. She's very concerned.
When I was in kindergarten, my parents would ask me, do you have a boyfriend? And I always was like, why can't I have a girlfriend though? Like, everyone's pretty. And I didn't get it until like later on, and you watch movies and you see like only the guy and the girl get together and you're like, oh, so there's something up, okay.
So what is the scene technically about?
That's our main girl there.
So the lesbian.
How'd you know? How'd you know?
Because you told me that the lesbian was gonna be the main
I
character.
did say that.
When I came out to Shauna, I just got dumped and I was upset. And so I was just ranting about the guy and I just blurted out, it's fine because I'm bisexual anyway. She was really there for me. She was like, yeah, screw it. Wait, what? Hold on.
Well, because I knew. Just you haven't said it.
My mom and dad were actually very, very against it. They weren't happy at all. They thought I was just choosing it to choose it because everyone chose it as like a fad. And I was like, no. And I thought I was gonna get kicked out. For a while, I thought I was gonna get kicked out.
When Riley spoke about her feelings of being kicked out, it didn't even enter our head that that was a consideration.
I think that she heard all these other stories, and I think that she kind of just thought that her story was the same, and it's just not.
And that's true, and that's okay because they can have their own feelings. They do have their own feelings. So
Yeah.
that's what
It
I think that, wow, she was carrying a really heavy burden.
Yeah. My question to her was, have you been with a boy or a girl? And her answer was no. And I said, well, then why put a label on it?
All we wanted any of our girls to do was to be comfortable with who they were, to find their person, to be able to love unconditionally, be respected, and be treated kindly. So whoever that was,
Yeah.
it didn't matter.
Now I have a giant pride flag in my room, and they're overly supportive. And I wish we could go back a little bit.
I think it's really good so far, but this is what you're planning on handing out, this big of paper?
No.
Okay.
Shauna is very, very supportive of Riley with her singing and her art. Riley, I believe, more than anything, supports Shauna, and that's almost an unconditional thing. And I think Riley, one of the ways I think that she really helps Shauna with her confidence is Riley reinforces in Shauna's mind that she's the older sister, almost to a fault.
They are each other's biggest cheerleader
Yeah.
and advocate.
and also their biggest enemies.
Well, I think it looks really good, but pride is soon. And I don't want you to panic towards the end.
But procrastination.
Procrastination is not a thing that we shall do. I think Riley's project is turning out really good. I can't draw, so she's doing great. And no matter what happens, whether people like it or not, I'm very proud of her.
Are you ready?
Why are you holding her up?
Ready for
Because
what?
Riley depends on the strongest person to hold her up. Nah.
What? Today I'm taking a self-defense class because Mark thought it'd be useful for when I move out on my own.
5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3. Hey! All right, we got some more people here for our self-defense class.
I think it's important for the girls to take a self-defense class because in the world we live in today, you know, they could be walking down the street or anywhere and somebody just pop out of nowhere. And all I want them to do is be able to survive.
What is self-defense? It's the ability to avoid a threat. If you can't avoid that threat, then you're gonna have the tools to stop the threat. And that's what you're gonna learn today. In self-defense, you always start out as the passive. You wanna deceive the bad guy. You don't want the bad guy to know that you're about to punch him in the face, right? You wanna deceive him and have your hands out here. And you always wanna have one foot back so you have stability, and you can lunge forward if you have to, or you can lunge back, right? You can lunge to the side or the other side, right? Very good, very good. So, what are the 3 things that the bad guy always controls in a physical confrontation? There's 3 things he always controls at all times.
Timing, number 1.
Boom! 2 more things.
Thank you very much.
How he's gonna attack you?
Method, 1 more.
Ooh, the location.
And place, excellent. TPM, time, place, and method of attack. It's not gonna be at the Octagon. It's not gonna be at the Garden. It's not gonna be at the Coliseum. It's gonna be when you're coming out of your house. It's gonna be when you're getting into your car. That's when you're most vulnerable. Lots of times when you're getting in and out of your car, loading a child or loading groceries, lots of times that's when you're most vulnerable. So we're gonna start with a couple of jabs. Boom, just a jab. Oh, that's the cross. Give me a jab.
What? With my left? Oh.
There you go. Left. 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 Coming straight through. Coming straight through.
I can't believe Shauna's 22, especially because I'm 20. So for her to be 22, that was really, you know, really shocking to me.
Come on, Jen.
I can't really bend this that well.
One more thing. What else do you
Because I
do when you
can't.
strike? What do you always do?
Cover? Defend yourself?
Scream. Verbalization. Why do we scream? Alert other people. Scare the hell out of the bad guy because he's just as scared as you are. He wants to get away. If you scream, you're going to mess up his plan. Now people are going to hear.
I don't think I've heard you really scream.
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard myself really scream.
I don't know if you've screamed on the top of your
Here, let me
lungs.
just hit you real quick and let's
No,
hear you scream.
because that's more of a or a like an ah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever done like a high pitch scream.
It's not gonna
Don't
go
try to
anywhere.
be manly when you scream.
No, you need to do a piercing very similar to a car alarm kind of scream. And honestly, the higher pitched scream that it is, the more likely they are to think it's actually a child, and people are more likely to help a child than they are an adult.
Back up!
Knock me over.
Okay.
And then scream.
What are we saying? I want to hear you. I want to hear you scream. Come on. Throw in the cross. Go.
I'm not gonna scream for you. I'm attacking.
When Shauna walked into class, I thought she was much younger. I would have guessed Shauna's age to be around 8 years old.
You're going to grab her wrist. There you go. Don't let her go. Pull out, up, and out. Good. She's always going to have a little difficulty because of her size. A lot of people mistake her for being 8 years old. They'll be in for a little surprise when they realize, you know, that she's a lot smarter, a lot stronger, and a lot faster than an 8-year-old, if they do.
Are you ready?
No,
Are you ready?
no.
Come on, you're gonna have to do it right now.
Back up. Are you ready?
No.
Put it right up against you. Back up.
I was like, that's nothing for you.
Shauna is stronger than she looks, but as far as
She's jacked.
yeah, I'm understanding that, but realistically, she's still small.
Basket of fruit. Can anybody guess what that might be? Shop for fruit. Shop for fruit. What might that be?
I'm thinking like mangoes.
They're talking cherries.
There's pull the fruit.
Yeah, there's pull the fruit, where you just go up to a guy and you pull towards you.
You strike, you grab, and you pull away from the body.
Out of everything we learned with Shauna's size, I think the fruit basket and anything to do with striking the crotch is probably going to be her best form of defense.
Push kick. And yell. Come on, yell. Scream, attack, escape. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Riley, you're making me giggle.
1. Good job.
As a young woman who is of short stature, I do want to learn self-defense more because I think it is extremely important for anyone to know how to defend themselves. When it comes to moving out, having those self-defense tools, it does comfort me slightly, but it is still very worrisome. Like I might have to sleep with a weapon by my bed for those first couple nights.
I win.
How many pride shirts do you have?
I have 4. How about you?
I have 4. Today, Riley, and I are packing and heading to New York City for Pride.
While we're in New York City, we are also going to be celebrating Shauna's 23rd birthday.
You gonna show your sister?
Yes.
There you go.
Think we came.
Oh, you're posting.
Ooh, what's that? Can I see?
Sure.
I haven't seen these. These are so cool.
This is my LGBT comic. My comic strip is all about LGBT superheroes who are like teenagers, and there's an LGBT villain too. So basically anything that I can make, I have made slightly gay. So that's Freya. She's the leader. She's lesbian. She has super strength, super speed.
Okay.
Riley, superhero comic, came out really good. And I think she should be very proud of herself, as we are proud of her.
Just gonna... Will you take my suitcase down? Because suitcases and me aren't friends.
Switch. All right.
I'm a bigger overpacker than Riley.
She brings 50 pairs of shoes for every outfit. And I'm like, I'm gonna wear the shoes that I wore day one.
I bring like 2 outfits a day just in case I don't feel the outfit I'm actually planning on wearing.
All ready?
Yeah, her suitcase is so heavy.
Ramblers, let's get rambling.
I think it's really nice to be away from our parents. I think we're more excited.
Ramp,
Ramp?
ramp. We have suitcases. I'm not carrying ours.
Okay.
I made her take a ramp because I didn't have to carry it. She had a very viable way of doing it herself, and she can do it herself. It's just a matter if you want to or not, which everyone doesn't want to. If someone would carry their stuff for them, they would gladly make them do it. I just didn't want to be made to do it that day.
When it comes to traveling, I have trouble with reaching certain height things because the world is built for an average 5-foot person. Baggage is a completely different ballgame that if I don't have someone with me, I will just stand there like a lost child until like a conductor or like a flight attendant or someone can actually help me. You guys, like, I don't do this. This is upper body strength. Sometimes people don't take me seriously. Sometimes they're like, oh no, you can't do anything until your parent arrives. It just becomes really complicated, especially when everything's taller than you, and then there's human beings that literally can't see you.
I am very apprehensive about letting the girls go
New York City.
to the city by themselves.
Being 2 smaller statured girls in the city is definitely overwhelming.
I think just being in the city is overwhelming. It's very quick pace. Like, you have to make a decision now. And if you're not good under stressful situations, it's not the best environment.
But I think on this trip, I'm really looking forward to actual Pride Parade and handing out your comic and seeing all of the actual parade and like the shopping center and all the people and stuff. I think it'll be fun.